right, what up, what up? It's your boy Bodyguard back again for another post, y'all. And yeah, today I am joined by a good friend of mine, right? This guy is a pioneer in the comedian space, right? He does his thing. We've seen him all over the place on Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook of the internet, right? And we've seen him all across YouTube. We don't know who owns that right now, but yeah, we've seen him with the Bold and the Driven podcast. Well, the Bold and Driven podcast, right? I watch it, you know what I'm saying? I think it's dope, right? I love what he's got going. I love what he's doing, but that ain't what we're here to talk about today. What we're here to talk about today is my man's got a show coming up. Right? So that's how he gets the tag of being a promoter, right? Event planner, right? We've all seen it. We know he's behind the scenes on some of the biggest, hottest shows out here, right? So, yeah, without further ado, we're going to bring my man up to the stage here on Bodyguard TV's Dallas Spotlight. We are spotlighting none other than Mr. Tmi Tate, and he gonna give you too much information. I'm gonna tell you that right now. All right, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. One time for the one time, and this is his returning show, right? He's been here before, right? This is just a little bit of a new format. Here he is.
What's up, family? Man, it's great to be on Bodyguard TV, man. You know, I always thought that this was one of the most dopest platforms in Dallas. And forget in Dallas. Around the world, man. This is one of the most dope. Forget Shannon stuff. I'm talking about you can come here and chill out. I almost asked him to get me the remote up in this boy. I'm comfortable, man. Whatever you want to talk about, we gonna talk about tonight. But yep, I'm here, man. This is my returning show. I really appreciate you for having me on a returning show. I thought I tore it up the last time. I was like, he ain't gonna never have me back. But I'm back, so I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Especially because yeah, you know, we got some stuff coming up, right? Some stuff that we want to put some eyes on, right?
Yes, sir.
But you know, everybody knows how I like to start the show off, right? First and foremost, I like to check on you. So I got to ask, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm not doing well. I want everybody to know that I'm a little sick in the head. That's where all these wild ass ideas be coming from. And I'm happy that some of my wild ideas actually are being brought to life. So yeah, no, I'm doing excellent, man. When I tell you I am truly blessed. God has blessed me with some wonderful people, including yourself, man, in my life in order to make these things happen. When I tell you, when you first start out and it's just you, God, dog, man, that is a trying time.
Oh, my God.
I quit on the couch one night.
You know, hey, baby will tell me, she be like, you know what? Sometimes I be kind of scared because you the only person I know that'll wake up and something crazy will happen and you'll be like, all right, let's just quit today and we'll start again tomorrow. Like
Man, it wasn't no start again tomorrow. I was on my podcast one time and I swear to God, I had 3 views. It was me on my phone, me on my TV that was in there, and me in the living room. I was watching my damn self. I didn't care. I was the 3 views.
Here's the thing. See, we appreciate all of the viewers, right? Even if it's just myself, right? See, like one thing you can't do, hey, baby, I see you, right? One thing we can't do is we don't want to discredit any of the people who take the time to watch. Like, I don't care.
Absolutely.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even if it's me, I appreciate me. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, man. I don't appreciate me.
You know?
I quit on myself.
You got to start, my brother.
Look, I quit on myself. I ain't appreciate me. No, I ain't gonna lie. I unfollowed myself after that particular show. And I quit on the couch, y'all. I swear to God, I quit on the couch. But I said, you know what? It lasted for about 15 minutes. And I said, no, I'm not quitting. For all of y'all out there who know me, who have worked with me, I want to let y'all know I'm not quitting. I just got started. And I've been in spaces where you don't even know I'm there. You don't even know I'm there. I am the Al Heyman of comedy, y'all. Get ready, cause man, we are about to do this. Let me stop playing. I love to get on here and act a fool, but I'm gonna be serious for a second, man. This Saturday is gonna be one of the proudest moments that I've had when it comes to having a comedy show, Laugh-o-Mania. Laugh-o-Mania is a show. I'm gonna tell you how I came about Laugh-o-Mania, but first I think it's important to tell you about this. I always wanted to have my own comedy show, and always wanted to do comedy. Started doing comedy about 6 years ago. However, when I set to do my first show, it was called the Bold and Driven. What was it called? Damn it, Bold and Driven Comedy Jam. Right. Matter of fact, I take that back. Because we were going by the bad squad at that time. So Bold and Driven is bad, you know. So we went. It was the Bad Squad Comedy Jam, and I had R.I.P. to AJ Johnson as the host, had Freeze Love as the headliner, and a few other local comedians on the card. COVID hit, right? COVID took it out, right? And you know, usually we use that as an excuse. It's like, hey, I was gonna do the comedy show, but COVID took it out. Here go the flyer to prove it, right? You know, just walk around. Here go the flyer. I was gonna do it, but I said no. I gotta do it. I gotta let it ride. And so I said, but I don't want to do a regular comedy show. Start thinking about it. What are two of the things that I love the most? I love to laugh, and honestly, I love the world of wrestling and the fight world as well. Right. You know, whether it's boxing, UFC, or whatever the case is. Right. So I'm sitting back like,
I want to take some time to highlight some of your reels that you be putting up. Yeah. Because sometimes you'll drop a reel, right? Right. And like, I noticed you got Roy Jones on that bad boy delivering the blows, right?
You actually saw that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm right there with you, my brother. I'm right there with you. Like
Let me tell you something. Okay, so since we want to talk about that reel, right. those reels, right? So them reels be pissing me off so bad, man. That you know how you can't really say what you want to do, and you know. So I said, it was one day I was just sitting up. I said, I hit her ass with a Roy Jones combination if she attacked me like that, right? And I immediately thought about that fight that he had with that guy. I can't think of his name, but I just remember how he did him. And right. So I went and found that little clip and I clipped it. And I said, okay, every time I run into something stupid that I want to, somebody I knock the hell out of, I'm going to put that clip at the end.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because my when I was first starting out, right? And this is one of those things that I got from my pops, right? And I was like, you know, I was kind of trying to figure out how I'm shooting and stuff, right? Right. He used to always tell me that it's better to show them than it is to tell them. Right. Because we all know a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? But how many words is a video worth?
Boy, that's funny that you brought that up, because I do it and I don't even think about it. I put that up and I don't even think about those videos. That's funny, man. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, look, it's all about entertainment. It's all about having
Yo-Yo
fun.
just joined the chat. What's up with it, Yo-Yo? Appreciate you.
What up, yo? So in saying that, when I go back to Laugh-o-Mania, man, I said, what is the attraction when we watch a fighting event, right? What is one of the main attractions? What is the attraction to wrestling? What is the main attraction? I said, the entrances. The way that they come to the ring. That's a huge attraction, whether it's boxing, UFC, or whatever. And I said, man, what if we introduce our comedians as fighters? And not only that, have them come to the ring with their own customized Titantron and just bring the whole glitz and glam over to the comedy stage. And I said, you know what? Damn that comedy ring. We gonna build a 3-side comedy ring so that they can go in there and throw their punches. Punches, jokes.
Right.
Let's bring it all home.
Punchlines.
So
I see what you did there.
Dude,
I'm picking up when you put down.
Exactly.
I'm right there with you.
So my brother Thomas J, him and I, we work out. And for those who want to make their little sarcastic remarks, you damn right I work out. I just sometimes don't wear the muscles all the time. I leave them at home.
Well, see,
sometimes.
the thing about it is that when it comes to physical fitness, now me being a fighter, right? I know that when I'm at my fight weight, when I'm the most dangerous, I'm the smallest I've ever been.
You heard what he said.
Right? When I'm the most dangerous, I'm the smallest I've ever been. So it's like, I understand how it goes when it comes to that, right? And just because it don't look a certain type of way, it's like when you look at a 22, right? It'll still kill you.
Exactly.
Right? Like
if it hits you right.
Right. It'll take you out. If you ain't paying attention, it'll get you. Right. So it's just one of those situations where you gotta, understand that just because it don't look a certain type of way, I'm smart enough to know what I'm looking for, that I understand that sometimes people can't see.
Right.
They don't know what to look for, right? But I look at you and I say, hey, this is a guy that cares about himself. He takes care of himself. His physical fitness level is high.
Let me tell y'all something.
Hey, for those criminals out there, not an easy target.
Bodyguard just told y'all ass, don't run up on me.
No, for real.
Because I'm going to let y'all know this. I bite. Damn that, I'll bite shit. I ain't got no shame. I will, whatever it takes, that's what I do.
Ain't no rules in fighting.
Ain't no rules. Whatever it takes, baby. You run up on me, whatever it takes.
All right, cool. All right, so I want to, I always like to start with where you been, right? Because I think that it's very important for people to see where you've been, right? And some of us might not get the opportunity to have been with you at the beginning of your journey.
Absolutely.
Right? So I always like to give you an opportunity talking about where you guys came from, right? So what gave you the notion to want to start Laugh-o-Mania? Because I know I have what I have for me, and I'm going to tell you about that after what you say, right? I'm going to tell you how I got to where I am, right? Because I haven't had the opportunity to talk to people about that, but I think it's important, right?
Right.
So where did you develop this concept? Like, what was it that made you want to create a platform to give comedians an opportunity to showcase their skills and talent?
Okay, so I'll run it like this, man. First of all, going back to the beginning, see, a lot of people have, you'll talk to the seasoned comedians and they got 30 years in the game and 40 years in the game. And unfortunately, I don't have that type of history when it comes to being on stage. And that's because I kid you not, man, I put that to the side and dedicated my time to be a great husband and father, which is the reason why I got this belt. You damn right I'm a champion at what I do. So no, I dedicated my time. I really wanted to invest in my kids and my wife and everything, because I knew that I can pick this up later on. And the love, but that didn't stop my love for the game, and my love for the game, it allowed me to study the game. So I'm very well studied when it comes to comedy. Like, I go back, way back to, I know a lot of people say Richard Pryor and things like that, but I remember listening to Richard Pryor albums. Forget how y'all can pull up videos and stuff like that now. We had to put the album on the turntable and listen to it, and then just kind of visualize what he was saying, which made it even more funnier. But moving forward, my love for the game and the fact that when I did get out there, I started out as one of those comedians that's number 79 in the line of 100 comedians looking to get at an open mic. I can be honest with you and say that I really didn't enjoy that part of the process. And that's what made me say, not only that part of the process, but not getting booked. It's like, yo, I'm out here doing comedy. Hey, can I get on your show? No, man, whatever. And I said, you know what? Never again will I worry about being booked. I'll book myself. So let me develop a platform where I can book myself. But not only that, let me let me produce a platform that I would like to see. Meaning, Laugh-o-Mania, which has a pre-show where the inexperienced, and this is no disrespect because they are great, but some of the inexperienced comedians get to perform in front of a live comedy crowd, and then they're getting attention because that main card is drawing the crowd. And so not only they there to see them, they get the opportunity to see them. So just that love for the game and that want to that I got, it allowed me to create this platform, and not just for me, because I know you heard me say I want to book me. It ain't just for me, man. I want everybody to shine.
Right. And see, I think that's that sounds really close to, and maybe that's why me and you rock with each other so tough, because that sounds really close to where I came from, right? Like, I was like, I want to act so bad, right? But I know I spent my time elsewhere gaining other skills, right? Like, and the crazy thing about it is like, I see people doing what I do or what they think I do on screen all the time, right? And I'm like, not only do I know the right way to do that, but I also can show you how to do that to make that visually appealing. Right. So I started Bodyguard TV as a platform selfishly because I wanted to be in the limelight, right? My brother came through. He showed me how to work with cameras. He showed me what to do when it came to lighting and stuff like that. I wasn't listening back then because I was so focused on fighting. Right. As I started getting older, I'm like, okay, well, I can't fight forever. Like, I'm 40 years old, and I'm just thinking to myself,
it's really starting to hurt.
Right. So, I leaned heavily into the gift that my brother dropped on me, you know what I'm saying? Because I will say that, this is a gift, being able to do this, because everybody can't do it well, first off.
Facts.
And the second part of that is that you got to hold some value to the people that teach you how to fish, right? That starts with my father and my mother, right? They taught me how to fish, right? They gave me the drive. They instilled those core values in me that gave me the ability to get out there and go get it, right? So it's that right there is one of those things that's very, very important to me. So, I got to give that credit where it's due. And I also have to recognize it. And I see that in you. Appreciate that, my brother, for real. Like, I really appreciate, and first and foremost, an opportunity to work with you, right? I always appreciate who I'm working with. It doesn't matter what they think the project is or how small they think the project is or whatever. Like, to me, there is no small projects, right? Because I'm just happy to be on a project.
Absolutely.
Right? So,
well, let me say this. I appreciate you allowing me on the platform, not just once, but twice, because, some people won't allow me on their platform because they don't think I'm big enough to be on their platform.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You know how I feel about that.
But I'm going to tell you this.
I'm
going to tell you this. It's best to get on now, because when I become big enough, and yes, I'm speaking it into existence, when I become big enough, then I can't say that the availability is going to be there like that, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to be nice to y'all ass.
Right.
I'm trying to be nice.
Right. What I always say is that I might not remember exactly what happened.
Right.
I might not remember what you said unless you pull a gun on me. If you pull a gun on me, I remember that shit.
I know exactly what happened.
I don't give a fuck what the fuck else was going on. I remember that fucking gun. Right. So, it doesn't matter what was happening, what you did, what any of that, because some people might not be aware of what exactly is going on or what happened, right? But I will always remember how you made me feel.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that is the basis for why I stay so respectful with everybody that I deal with, because I know you're going to remember how I made you feel.
Right.
Like, that's not, a situation that we can get around as people.
And I'm going to be honest with you. One thing that I remember, and I'm talking about from the time I was a kid until now, is people who try to big time me. I respect everybody, no matter what level they are, no matter where they work, no matter what they're doing, man, I respect people. And when I feel like you trying to big time me, trust and believe, I never forget it. I never forget it. And I am one of the most grudge holding people you ever want to say. Yeah, you're damn right I hold them. I be trying.
You
I
ain't
be
alone.
trying to forgive, bro.
I'm riding with you.
Oh.
I'm riding with you.
Oh, I can't help it, man. But when you see, the thing is, it takes a long time to get me there.
Right.
But when I'm there, it ain't no breaking that. It ain't no going back.
Right.
It ain't no going back. And I forgive people because I know people, everybody mess up. You know, folks, human nature, you mess up. You know, you might have been talking too quick and I just got caught up in a situation where I thought I got this, but I really didn't. But I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about, you know them folks, oh, you high on your hog and you want to treat me a certain way.
Right.
Not knowing that one day you're going to have to see me or you're going to want to see me.
You're going to see me again.
You're going to see me again.
We're in the same space.
Right.
We ran into each other once. We're going to run into each other again. It is what it is. You're going to see me again. You know?
The world is too small. Notice I didn't say Dallas. The world is too small.
Right.
You gon' run into me again. And guess what? I'm going to treat you like a respectable human being, but you ain't going to have that open door policy that I usually give to folks that, you know.
Right. And that's the crazy part about it is that from people of our stature that we don't look. I got stripes. A tiger doesn't have to say I'm a tiger. Okay.
Man.
Like real recognize real. I see you, right? You know, you ain't gotta say, like, we already know where it's going, right?
Right.
It's just a matter of were you smart enough to catch it or not, right? And unfortunately, in line with the rest of the world, we gotta, you know, play it how it goes. We gotta treat you the way that, you know, you
Yeah.
Now we ain't forcing nothing up on nobody, but we just will act accordingly.
It's so hard for me to pretend or to phony kick it with you. It's so hard for me to do that it makes my stomach hurt.
Oh my God.
And we all have had to do it, whether it was on your job or something, just like, man, I got to pay these bills, so I got to go ahead and smile for these folks. And man, I don't feel like, you know, we all had to do it. But I'm letting y'all know, now that I done crossed over to 50, I done crossed over 50, I really don't give a damn. I got a package in the mail and it said to Tate Richard, and I opened it up and it said, you no longer give a damn. It was a letter. And I have not, I really, like, you know how back in the day you used to care if somebody like you. You used to care if your friends want to kick it with you, or if they call you, come on, hang out. You used to care. Right. Don't call me. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to be in no crowd. I don't want your attention.
Right. And I be feeling the same way. But you know why I feel the same way? I feel that way because I got a baby, right? If they're like, all the companionship that I need is right there at home.
You got that right.
Like, I gotta throw that out there, right? Because most people, they be, you know, everybody gets so wrapped up in the social media thing. They want to be popular. They want this. They want that. Like, right? My popularity needs to happen at home.
At home.
Right? How does my family feel about me?
That part.
How do my kids feel about me?
And check this out. I'd rather take a nap than kiss your ass.
Nah, for real.
I'd rather be at home taking a nap. I'm telling you, that's where I'm at. I'm not looking for popularity or nothing of the sort, but I am building a legacy. And I told folks, man, look here. I may not be a millionaire yet, but all of my ideas are $1 million ideas. And that's the level that I'm going to
I can't really say all mine are $1 million ideas. I've had some bad ideas, right?
I had some terrible ones.
I got 2 baby mamas, so I had like some of the worst. Right, so we're all entitled to making some mistakes here and there, right? It happens, right?
Right.
But I really would like to move on from some of that stuff, right? Because that stuff's not really important, right? You are the one that's being spotlighted today, right? We've already covered where you came from, right? I want to talk to you a little bit about where you are now, right? Because I think that it's important to give the layout for what you're expecting, for what you want, right?
Right.
But at the same time, you don't want to give up your footing, right? So that it can come back and hurt you later. Because I have noticed a few copycats, right? And
hilarious.
Oh, we don't want to give them none of the secret sauce, right?
What is it? A Secret Service TV?
No, for real. If you think they're not watching, right? Then you need to stop thinking.
Right, and you know what? Let's be for real. If nobody is trying to copy you, if nobody is trying to, and they call it hate. I hate that word because everybody just attach that word to everything when you don't agree with they mess. But if you don't have anybody trying to copy you, you really have to ask yourself, is it really a good idea? So I don't mind being copied at all. I just don't like people stealing. Now, there is a difference. You can copy from a distance, but you steal up close.
Right. And see, baby always says that I'm big on the credit. She's even like, she handles my back office stuff for me,
Right.
And like I say, she's a godsend.
Yes.
Like, she handles my back office stuff for me too. Like she's even started, putting that into the contract.
They got to do that for us. Our patience ain't that long. My wife, shout out to my wife who do all of that for me too, because Lord, it would be no Laugh-o-Mania.
Well, I mean, aside from you posting videos of Roy Jones knocking people out and me reposting my fight videos, like it's somebody got to come through with a bit more of a soft hand.
Yes, yes. Because damn it, if it wasn't for her, trust me, nothing would be on track. Shout out to her. Shout out to my assistant Natasha. Shout out to Yolanda. Shout out to everybody on my team. Keisha Tucker, who's the designer. She designs all when you see my gear. This shirt right here, just to let y'all know, if y'all want one, hit me up in DMs. I can tell y'all how to get y'all a Laugh-o-Mania 3 shirt before the event. But at the end of the day, man.
Get them Laugh-o-Mania shirts.
Hey,
now.
At the end of the day, without them, I am nothing. I'm nothing but an idea. So I thank them so much for bringing this idea to life. Seriously.
Right. Yeah, we was talking earlier off camera about finding the right woman that believes in you, right?
Yes.
That's a conversation that only mature audiences are ready for, right?
And you know what? They need to grow the hell up today, so let's talk about it.
Well, the thing about it is that when it comes to, like, when I was in my 20s, that's why I made them bad mistakes, So, it's not one of those type of situations that, I don't know if I was talking to me back then, if I would have been ready to hear it. I just don't know that. Right. I would have to see it. And you know what? I take that back. Right. I take that back. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I am the spitting image of my father. Mm-hmm. Right. I'm so much like him that at this age, the more like him that I become, I am more proud of it because he's just that good of a man. Right. So it's one of those situations that it's like, I find myself actively placing myself in those shoes because they're so big.
Right.
That, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know nobody that's wasting time trying to fill some small shoes. Anybody trying to, y'all wasting time to fill the small shoes? I ain't trying to fill no small shoes.
I ain't trying to fill no baby shoes. But I'm going to say this. I never found myself in position to want to fill some shoes. My father was always you know, he took care of us and he was a workhorse. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what I'm doing now is I have his work ethic, but what I'm doing now is not because of him.
Right.
Maybe, and not to my knowledge, because maybe chemically in the genes or something, I took something that I don't know he did.
I think at the end of the day, when we talk about legacy, right, it's like Louis the Fourth, right, European king, like, do you think his grandfather's father's uncle knew that he was? No, they didn't know that was going to happen.
Right.
You start to talk about stuff like that, right? Now maybe his grandfather's grandfather created that generational position, right, for them to be able to have that, right? But I always have to pay homage to the people who made the sacrifice to get my black ass through what I went through.
You got that right.
Like it is what it is.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the type of stuff that goes through my head, right, without my father giving me those core principles,
right, and
that work ethic and those values, right, I'm telling you right now, I don't have the belief I have without him.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? He was the one, like, I'm not even entirely sure. Like, sometimes I'll be looking at these single moms with their kids, right? And I'll be like, ain't no daddy around, right? And it'd be like, the kid be like, yeah, I'm this, and he just going off the, and I'm just like, I understand that nigga. And then at that moment, I have to understand that. That's why my daddy was around.
Right.
Because I understand this crazy kid over here doing this, and I was a crazy kid at one point in time, but it was a nigga there to kick my ass.
Well, yeah, my let me tell you something. My dad,
if my daddy hadn't been there, I would not be here.
Right.
I'm telling you that right now. I'd be in jail.
When it comes to structure, I give it to my dad, because my dad was a Cook County sheriff, and when you're a Cook County sheriff and you seeing all these young guys get arrested all day long, the last thing you want to do is come home and hear what your sons did wrong. So we got official police ass whoopings when we was kids.
Right.
Like,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my daddy, same way. Pillar of the community.
Yes.
Right? He's coaching kids all over the place. He's taking care of all kind of stuff and home. You see what I'm saying? So when you got a dude out here that's working his behind off to make sure that his family name is clean and good, you better not get your ass out there and mess that up. You bet not. You bet not. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where I was coming from on the situation. It's just now, as a grown man, I get it. I understand.
Dude,
right?
When I hit 25 years old, 27, I'm going to say 27. My daughter was born 26, because my wife will get me. It was 26. It wasn't 27. All right. When I was 26 years old, my daughter was born. I called my dad and said, Dad, thank you. And I want to let you know everything that you used to fuss about. You are absolutely right. I get it now, because now I am what you said, in his shoes. I'm a father. I'm a father. Now, from that standpoint, I always wanted to feel, and if not feel, bust a hole in them shoes that he set as a father, right?
Right.
When it comes to family stability, you don't roll out on your family, dependability, that type of stuff.
Right. It's like, where does the blueprint stem from?
That right there, I give to him.
Right. Let me ask you a question. Who would you rather have teach you how to be a man? Your father, who is a man, or your mother?
Oh, absolutely. Because at the end of the day,
I'll take daddy for 12,000. For 12,000.
But think about this. Okay, if I'm not a pilot, how am I going to teach you how to fly a plane?
Right.
And at the end of the day, the mothers, and this is what they don't understand, the mothers have a different kind of love than the daddies.
Right.
The mother has a comforting, securing love, right? Nothing like being in mother's arms, that kind of thing. And on the other hand, daddy got a tough love.
Right.
And it don't look like love all the time, But the reason why he doing it is because he love you.
I gotta take this back to a baby moment, right? Like, and every time I say baby, like she's my baby, so I'm the only one that can call her baby,
absolutely.
right? So but
I ain't calling her baby. I got somebody else that takes that name, and I ain't got no room for no other baby. But go ahead.
No, for real, you can't take that home to your wife,
right. So I can't.
And she like, who is baby?
But I told y'all,
bodyguard calls his wife, right?
Bodyguard, I told you. Nowadays, man, with gas prices, that you eat the ass. I ain't gonna lie. My wife said I got a boyfriend now. At first I would be pissed off, and I'll be pissed off wanting to kill him. But now with gas price, I'll be like, well, what'd he do? What can he bring to the table?
And we do want to kick a shout out to Miss LaKenya. We appreciate you tuning in and watching. Oh man, but yeah, you know, I don't know. I had to. I see. That nigga had to be built for 15 minutes worth of MMA fight, right? If that nigga if he wants Chloe Walker.
Right.
That motherfucker better be ready to fight me for 15 minutes. Cause I don't get finished, right?
Right.
So, nigga, this gonna be a unanimous decision or I'm knocking your ass out in seconds. So you better leave Chloe Walker alone. Here's the
thing. I'm a little bit different, cocky, and arrogant when it come to mine. Because I truly feel like it ain't a man on this earth that can come and offer her something that can pull her away from me. Because I'm proven, baby, 25 years married. 27 years together. Let me tell you something. You want to pull that apart, it's going to take at least $3 million. And what they do in Africa, and 50 cattle, motherfucker. You want goddamn. No, I'm just playing. You couldn't pull us apart. We look, bro. On the real, I really don't think that there's anybody that could come in and say what they'll do, because anything they say they'll do for her, it's already been done.
Right.
I've already done that. You can't come in and woo her. I'll buy you a new car. Done it. I'll buy you a home. Done it.
Right.
I'll get you done it. You're wasting your time. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to see somebody that would, you know, when I was playing basketball a little younger, they wouldn't even talk to me, but they'd go up and got a long conversation for her. And honestly, I would let them make a fool out yourself. I'm gonna let you make a fool out yourself, because you doing all this, you thinking you smooth, and you ain't going nowhere.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, I had to check myself, right? I often have to check myself, right? Because I know that some of these people I have not met until I met her, right?
Facts.
And her life didn't start when she met me. Right. As much as I would like to erase some of her past or whatever it is, and she probably want to erase some of mine, right? But life doesn't start when you meet your person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of got to take them as they are, right? Everybody else got to fall in line.
Right.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shit ain't the same way as it was before.
So I'm a dude from Chicago. I met my wife in Chicago.
That's where my family from.
Right. So you know how it is.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's be for real. At the time that we met, it was rare to meet a young woman without a kid. That was one. And then it was rare to meet a young woman without a kid that wasn't stuck on herself, that wasn't looking to take you for the dollar that she can take you for, that actually had vision for the future. And I'm being for real with y'all. At the time when I was dating in Chicago, you had none of that. Everybody was cutthroat. And so to find her, and I'll be for real with you, because I'm going to throw God up wherever I'm at. I got on my knees and prayed to God for my wife. And I was very specific when I prayed. And do you know, 2 weeks later, I met her. And we have not been apart from that time all the way to this day. I would not be in Texas had I not met her. Because I didn't know about Texas. I had never been out of Chicago. She knew about Texas. She went to school in Texas, in Dallas. You know, it was her that, and I'm going to be for real. If I think about the Tate when I was 21, I would go back and kick the hell out of him because I had no self-confidence. I had no belief in myself or anything. And I'm not saying that it was her, but she damn sure was a motivating factor for me to get to where I am now.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get us started. Yolanda said,
it's the contributions.
You tell them you the king around here. You damn right.
Right. It's the contributions, man. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's like I'm sitting in a castle, right? Like I'm literally driving a Ferrari right now.
Right.
Y'all can't even see all the pieces to the puzzle that it took to build what's happening on your phone screen right now.
Facts.
Right? Ain't like y'all if I said, hey, let's do this, I want you to do what I'm doing right now for me, would you know how to do it? Would you know what you need to do it? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, when I tell you I found somebody who understands what I'm doing, and not only that, but she's willing to help me build it, bro, like, you gotta get the fuck out of the way.
Can I tell you, this is one thing that I love about my wife, but it also pissed me off at the same time.
Oh, man, we've all been there.
My wife rocks my brand harder than me. And where I got one black Laugh-o-Mania t-shirt, she got 5 in all different colors.
A friend of mine told me, and it's a true story. You know what I'm saying? A friend of mine told me. You know what I'm saying? He say, and man, forgive me, bro, but I got to go and say this. But he say, man, sometimes I see these jobs get posted on Facebook, and I don't go out for them because I see your girl and I already posted it. He say, but out of respect for you, I'll be like, well, if they going for it, I ain't gonna try to. But I'm gonna tell you right now, kinfolk, nigga, go get them jobs, because they might not hire me, but you might have what they need. So I ain't never gonna be worried about that, bro. Go for them jobs too, because if you win, I win.
Facts.
Straight up.
Facts.
You mess around and get hired, and then you show up and they be like, we need this, and you be like, I got a guy. You know what I'm saying? Just the same way I'm like, hey, I got a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a guy. You know what I'm saying?
And we gotta stop looking at each other as competition.
Right. Well, here's the thing.
You know,
the thing about, like, what breeds quality?
What breeds quality?
Right. What breeds quality?
Look, 2 strong people working together breeds quality, in my opinion.
I got a bit of a different perspective on that.
Well, let's rock.
All right. So when you look at quality, right, and what breeds quality, right, there's 2 things, right? Insecurities, right? That's internal.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
We dealing internally, right? We dealing with our insecurities, right? Insecurities and competition. That's what breeds quality.
Absolutely.
That's the father.
I feel you.
Right. So competition is the father of innovation.
Right.
Because before you decide to do something better, you have to have something to be better than.
Absolutely.
Right. And I'm not him and he's not me. Right. So I got to put myself in a position where I can contribute, because your competition is a contribution to making me better.
Stronger. Right.
When I'm in the gym, right, there's a saying, and I hear people in business say it. I hear everybody talking about iron sharpening iron.
Right.
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 Unfortunately, for those who don't know, I would be happy to let you guys know where that comes from, right? That is an old blacksmith saying, right? It is a teaching tool for blacksmiths to teach other blacksmiths how to sharpen weapons properly. So we're not talking about the mind. No, we're talking about physical instruments of death. And that is how that is taught. You use iron to sharpen iron, right? So these are elements of war. Can't win a war without effective tools,
right?
So when I hear people using that saying, and I'm like, sweetie, you're a CEO, or like, hey, you're a corporate guy. You don't know anything about war. Like, that's a war term. Like, what do you?
Facts. And you know what? When you look at it from that perspective, I totally agree. And Chloe put healthy competition because.
Well, here's the thing. The thing about it is that you do not get to choose what competition you're, first of all, entered into, right?
Right.
You're at competition no matter what. Everything is a competition. All of it can be rated. And the reason, like, let me tell you what the father of competition is, because this is the part that most people don't talk about, right? The father of competition are feelings.
Right.
Competition only exists because people can like or dislike what you're doing more than others. So and true. For some strange reason, as human beings, we value the thoughts and feelings.
I'm glad
others.
You said that, because honestly, I'm at my best when somebody pissed me off. And I'm glad you said that. You clarified it for me. You're my psychiatrist, because you finally brought it out of me. Damn it. When somebody pissed me off, that's when I'm at my best. Right? And that ain't necessarily healthy either. So you're right about that. I'll tell you, even when it comes to Laugh-o-Mania 3, Laugh-o-Mania 3 has developed to what it has developed to. Looking the way it's gonna look on Saturday, simply because somebody pissed me off, and I felt like they insulted my skills. And when you do that, now you're about to get the best version of Mr. TMI possible. And I feel like I'm very creative, very innovative. But and I can do that. I'll be for real.
Watching you make something out of nothing.
I'll be for real. Like, when Laugh-o-Mania 3 was first announced, my foot wasn't on the gas. It was just, hey, we got to do Laugh-o-Mania 3. But something pissed me off to say, okay, you know what? We're about to knock the walls off this building. Because y'all still think I'm playing. Y'all still think I'm a joke. Well, we're about to show you what time it is. So you right. You damn right. It ain't all the time healthy. But I always tell people, if you want to destroy me, leave me alone. Cause when you motivate me,
that's a word. That's a word for anybody who's watching this, right? Because I always talk about how people react when they're out in the open, right? And for me, the term is peacocking, right?
Yeah, God, I hate that.
Right. So you'll see specific people, and they're out there, and they just got like this open vibrato that's just super flashy. They're just doing whatever. Like, what is this? Like,
real quick, do you know? I said that term to my wife recently. Right. And she said, what do you mean by peacocking? I said, you know how...
Check the feathers. The feathers are loud and colorful, right?
I'm trying not to say it without revealing who the hell I'm talking about. But when you out there... Okay, so remember how old pimps used to walk?
Right.
That's peacocking.
That's where it comes from.
That's peacocking.
I mean, of course, there's a biological jungle element to it, right? Because the peacock is used in it, right? But when we're talking about peacocking, we're literally talking about pimps with feathers in their hats and
strutting. It's a strut,
right? Strutting with flashy suits and jewelry and all this other extra stuff, right? But you know what I'm saying? If I had to blame somebody, right, I blame Snoop Dogg.
Why you blame Snoop for peacocking?
And Magic Don Juan.
I'll blame Don Juan.
Because
now you said Chicago.
I blame Snoop Dogg because he was the rap voice that popularized that, right? And on top of that, hey, look, we all know how I feel about 50 Cent, right? Even the song choice that I choose to run my show off of resembles one of 50 Cent's hottest songs, right?
Oh, wow.
So we know how I feel about 50, right?
Right.
But he also had a hand in popularizing the pimp culture. Cause that song P.I.M.P. was a banger.
Yeah. P.I.M.P. was a banger, dude. First of all, that whole 50 first, that first 50 album was crazy.
No, for real.
I still go to it sometimes.
Oh man.
So, yeah, 50 is definitely. You know what? No matter what they say about him, and no matter how he stirred the pot, you got to give him his props for what he doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this dude is doing some major stuff, and that goes for all of them, Snoop and all of them, man. Just think of where they were to where they are and how highly respected they are now. You know, at first, nobody ever saw them Negroes getting off the street, but now they running stuff pretty high up. You gotta like Dre and even Jay-Z, and you gotta give them their props, man. Them dudes came from the street and look where they at.
Right.
With limited education.
A lot of people they wanna be like Tyler Perry. They wanna be like this, you know what I'm saying? You know who I wanna be like? I wanna be like 50 Cent. I wanna open up G Unit Records.
I ain't got the energy to be stirring the pot like that, though.
Well see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The one thing that we know about 50 Cent, right, is that he's a fighter.
Right.
Nigga got shot 9 times.
Right.
Right. And unfortunately, well, I don't know if he in danger of getting shot again.
No, I ain't gonna put that on him.
I don't want to put that on him because I like him. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, that's just not the type of person I am, right?
Facts.
But we'll put it this way. He gonna ruffle some feathers.
Yeah, definitely that. He gonna definitely ruffle some feathers, man. But I think he does it in that antagonizing cousin way. You know, that cousin just
Right.
always shut the.
And it's and what is it that those family members say to you, right?
Right.
Oh, it's all in friendly competition.
Yeah.
So it's like competition is very important, right?
I agree.
As a matter of fact, like when I started this, I started it out trying to be like a family member, my big brother.
Right.
Fly Stevie Blackman, he's one of the coldest niggas to do it to me, right?
Right.
So I started out, and I even call him and consult him when I need help, right? And he actively knows I'm trying to be like him, right?
Right.
But there's still a friendly competition there.
Right.
He can't, it's like the master can't give you all of the moves, right? Because then you get to feeling yourself, right? And they got to stay a couple steps ahead so that they can continue to be in a place to help you, because without guidance, all of us are lost.
Well, at the end of the day,
and that's why we all get our guidance from a higher power,
right?
Because that's the only one that ain't gonna go nowhere, right?
Right.
Man will fail you.
At the end of the day, though,
it just is what it is.
Even with father-son,
right?
There's competition.
Right.
The son is always trying to beat the father, and he don't feel accomplished until he do. Right. Like, it was me and my son, and he didn't have to grow to be 6'3", 6'4". God dog, man, that's just unfair.
Well, see, here's the thing. At the end of the day, if he has that measurement as a goal, you should feel on top of the world.
Oh, I do. Trust me. But I'm telling you what's going on. We out there playing basketball. I used to could get out there and play basketball with them in my flip-flops. But then I noticed all of a sudden I had to start putting on some real damn shoes.
All right.
I said, wait a minute, it's getting serious. Now, if nothing else, I knew that I was stronger than him and I was longer than him. So I went past him to lay the ball up, and all of a sudden this plastic man-like arm stretched over my body and blocked my damn shot. I retired that day. I knew it was over. I knew it was over. Well, this belongs to you now.
Oh, man.
This is over. I guess I'm going to go ahead and start doing comedy.
You know what I'm saying? I think that me and my pops, you know what I'm saying, he used to beat the mess out of me on the basketball court, you know what I'm saying, all the time, right? And when I say beat the mess out of, it's not an abuse thing. No, so don't take it that way, guys.
Beat you.
It ain't,
and you want to beat him.
Right. And he was much further advanced than I was, and he had to give me a goal to work towards. Right. And then when he got old enough to where he didn't feel like he wanted to keep up or could keep up, that's when he moved into the advisory role.
Facts.
Right. So he was smart enough to know when to get out the game and get out the way, but still maintain his presence in the space, right? And that was what I was talking about earlier. Is like the most important thing is the father's presence, right?
Right.
Because it's going to do one or two things, right? It's going to either give the kid an opportunity to see what he wants to be or what he doesn't want to be. You know what I'm saying? But he still needs to know.
Right.
That's
and speaking of, getting out the space,
right?
When he blocked my shot, I got the hell out the space. The game wasn't even over with yet, and I retired. You ever retire in the middle of the game? I'm done. It's over. I had a great run. It's over.
No, for real.
I told him, you got the juice now.
Oh, man. Man, so I don't know what I would do. I have no idea what I would do.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
Retire, just like the rest of us.
Just like the rest of us.
Retire. That's what you would do.
Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm actively working hard to try to be, you know what I'm saying, in the space to stay relevant at what I do.
Right.
You know, it is what it is. Sometimes it happens crazy, you know.
Father Time is undefeated, and I know you hear that. You hear that all the time.
And the crazy thing about it is we got to go to the internet to find out about that.
Yes,
like we got Genuine still dancing.
Man, come on, dog. Come on, dog. Y'all got to. Let me tell you something, R&B dudes. Y'all got to learn to adapt what Ronald Isley and them did. Not Smokey, because Smokey was still wiggling his ass at 70 and 80. And that's disgusting and disturbing at the same time. Y'all got to learn how to gracefully, like for example, on the women's side, the way Patti LaBelle and them aged, and who was the Dionne Warwick and my girl, Midnight Train to Georgia, Gladys Knight. Y'all need to
Shaka
learn how
Khan, the Supremes.
But when they aged beautifully and gracefully, and they fit within their age range.
Diana Ross.
You sitting your ass up there talking about pony, and this Negro got the elderly man legs. You know, it's like, sit down somewhere, bro. That's done.
You know, it's like I work with a lot of artists, right? And because I'm an older guy, I deal with a lot of older guys because that's who knows me, right? The young guys don't know me. I'm not comfortable with them pointing guns in the camera and stuff, right? I ain't comfortable with that shit. So
right.
It's a no-go for me, right? But I talked to them about how they're trying to merge the image that they have now versus the image that they built then. Right. And like, I think that's like a tough transition, right? Like having to figure out who you were compared to who you are now. Right. And I'm just gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this out loud. I'm probably gonna be the first one that y'all hear it from, right? But it's a lot of us out there that don't even like who the hell we were.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So
I definitely don't like who I was. I wish I'd have told a couple of them heifers I was dating back in the day what I feel like, the way I can tell somebody now. I just took it, bro. I should have unleashed on their ass. I ain't lying. I hate the fact that I didn't unleash on them. And I'm talking about even the ones you speak to and they roll their eyes. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Some of the decisions I made when I was younger, you know, I half the time can't speak on those decisions, right?
Right.
Because I like the people who came out of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, right.
Gotcha.
So it's like
something good came out.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that silver lining was just enough to deal with the bullshit that, you know.
But you know what? Let me tell you this. And this is a true fact. And I'm gonna tell you what the story behind it. I held myself to certain standards that didn't allow for me to just lay down with anything. First of all, I actually saw my uncle die of AIDS. Not this commercial AIDS that's out now. The first AIDS.
This is the AIDS that's out now. That's the AIDS that came.
Yeah, they
from
got a
Magic
pill
Johnson.
where you can deal with it.
Right. Like, that's
No.
See that AIDS, that AIDS right there, that AIDS was cultivated and created inside of Magic Johnson. Like now what's going around now,
that's commercial AIDS.
Right, that's commercial, right.
I'm talking about before they even mentioned HIV, that AIDS. The AIDS that when we thought if you caught it, you just exploded. Just right on the spot. Just blew up. You didn't even want to breathe the same air as somebody that had AIDS. And I'm being for real. This is back in the day. This is what we thought. And I saw my uncle perish of that. And I knew where it came from. It came from drugs and it came from sex with just anybody. Random folk.
Right.
And so I kind of held myself to a higher standard where I'm not finna just lay down with anybody. That's number one. Then I'm sitting on the train in Chicago. Shout out Chicago. I'm sitting on the train, and as you know, in Chicago, people get on the train and the bus loud. Ignat. Forget that. Forget the rest of the letters. IGNANT. Ignat. And I'm sitting on the bus. I'm tired from work. These girls got on the bus. They loud as hell. I'm trying not to make eye contact, and all of a sudden, one of the girls holler out, "Ooh, girl, he looked just like my baby daddy." That made me tell myself, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but I held myself to a standard of I never want to be nobody's baby daddy.
Right.
I want to be a loving husband and father. I promised that to myself.
Right.
When I didn't even know what I was doing, I knew that I did not want that label.
Right.
And thank you, little ignorant ass girl, because you helped mold my life.
Right.
Because I never wanted that.
Man, the crazy thing about it is that like I'd be cool, right? See, I'm out the way when it comes to like the real silly stuff, right? Like I ain't gotta worry about running into Cardi B, right? Now, I like Cardi B, right? Like her music, right? She's cool, right? But I do not agree with none of the shit that she be doing with Offset. I can't mess with it.
I don't agree with none of it to the point I don't follow it.
I don't agree with none of the stuff that she done with Stefan. Like that whole "you ain't winning the Super Bowl" thing, boy. Like, it don't matter how many baby mamas he got, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing in the world that hurt more than not having the support of somebody that you are tied to for the rest of your life. It's like, damn, sweetheart, it is already hard enough out here. You too?
Let me tell you something. Can I say this? I blame him. Here's the reason why. And you know this. You know there's a quality in a woman when you meet her right away that automatically eliminates her out of the thought category. Right? So, out of all of what Cardi has ever presented, is there anything that she's ever done that said that's going to be a supportive wife right there?
Nah, it was the backstory for me. It was the backstory for me that made me think that she was going to make it work with Offset. Because...
Listen to me. I'm never disappointed at somebody that acts in the manner that they have always acted. If that's who you've been, I'm never disappointed when you show me that person again.
Right.
No matter what the situation is.
Right. And that's the part for me that made it deceptive in nature. Right. Because y'all sold us that Cardi B was, loyal to. Now she was loyal to some fuck niggas. Like, I'm just gonna say it. She was loyal to some fuck niggas. She was setting niggas up. She was doing all kind of crazy stuff, right?
Freeze right there.
Go ahead.
What type of wife is that? With that type of integrity. Now, you just said it.
Right.
What was she doing? setting niggas up to get robbed, right?
Right. She was helping. She was helping. Right.
So let me ask you this. If you allegedly,
right,
yes,
she ain't suffered no criminal cases under it, and it hasn't been proven in a court of law. So allegedly,
if you have allegedly
circulated,
been setting niggas up and doing all this other stuff, I apologize to the public right now, but there's nothing about you that say wife. There's nothing about you say backbone. There's nothing about you that say supportive. There's nothing about you I want to build with.
Right, because you know what, when I was like a couple years ago, had a bit of a situation, right, and I had to hire a lawyer, right, and the lawyer told me, he said, hey, based upon what you're dealing with and what we know about you as a person today, you just a little bit too close to the situation, right? Whether or not you are a part of that type of lifestyle and you engage in that activity or not, you, with your stature, your skills, your ability, your mindset, your education, your everything, even what's going on with your family is taken into account. You, for everything that we can throw in your file, that we can say this is who you are, you managed to let yourself get too close to a situation that we don't believe is you.
So I'm gonna say
and
this.
That was what saved my life.
Wow.
That was what saved my life. My what they had seen from me on social media, what they had seen from me when they talked to my parents, what they had seen from me when they talked to people who knew me, and the various friends that were around me, when they said, hey, he's not that guy. That's what saved me. Wow. Otherwise, I would have been locked up forever on a lie. Like, I'd have been locked up.
Dude, I feel you on that. And like,
so I understand what you're coming from when you say that, right? That's very valuable. It's very important, right? Like, I get it.
What
right?
image are you giving?
Are you portraying? Right.
So I used to ride home. This is some regular work shit that I'm about to talk about. I used to get a ride home from a guy that would religiously smoke weed and drink and then pull off. Right? And I had to think to myself, if the police pull us over, there's nothing I can tell them that I'm not a part of this. Right? 2 black dudes in the car. How am I going to convince them that I don't drink or smoke when I'm in the car with somebody that's driving, that's drinking and smoking? And this was at the time where they was religiously beating black dudes' ass in the car. It wasn't no let me see your license and registration at this time.
Real.
So I started walking home because you don't even put yourself in the position to be blamed like that. So when it comes to image nowadays, my guys, if you ever looking to have, I'm gonna be a little cocky now. If you ever looking to have a support system like the way myself and Bodyguard has in wives, please look beyond the BBLs and all that other mess that they got y'all cosmetically blinded by, and find out if that person is true in heart before you decide to marry all of you and your materials to them.
Right. Because once you make that connection,
it's over.
And that's what I'm talking about, like being too close to certain people that got, like, man, a good friend of mine, he just jumped into the chat, man. Lahendra, man.
What's up, dog?
He jumped into the chat, you know what I'm saying? And me and him, when he was on the show, he talked about loyalty, right?
Right.
And character, right? And he say, if he in a space where loyalty and character don't exist, he doesn't want to be there.
You got
it
that
makes
right.
him uncomfortable. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I'm only repeating it because that's a space that I live from. It's like you not sitting in this chair because I just, oh, well, he's got something going. Let me try to ride his wave. Like, I rock with you. We made this connection years ago.
Yes, sir.
Right? This is a friendship that's cultivating in business. Right? Some people say don't do business with your friends, right? Well, my best friend is my business partner. Oops.
That's
like,
right. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I just need people who care.
Right.
One way or the other, you gotta care. And it can't be my neck is the only neck on the line, because in my opinion, you don't care.
Right.
Chop my neck off, you sitting back talking about I told you.
I told you.
No, I need you to have just as much on the line as I got, so we both can get this done. And I told a friend this recently. If you see me pushing all my chips to the middle of the table, for an idea that I truly believe in, your best bet is to push some of your chips to the middle of that table too.
Well, see, I would like for me, right? We're gonna get them chips back. Even if we lose them all right now, we're getting them chips back.
But I need to know you're invested.
Right. You see what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is that if you are in a position with a friend or whoever it is, spouse, wife, it don't matter. If you're in a position where it's time to bet it all right now, if you ever want to give away your partner's poker face, that's the time to do it. Hold on to your chips.
Man, let me tell you a story.
You're going to do two things. You're going to almost guarantee that bet is not met. And you also going to tell that person how you feel about what you said you believed in when you was dealing with them. Okay. And that's, you see what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to, like, oh man, see, y'all know I hype baby up all the time, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, some of that stuff I got to keep to myself because I don't want nobody being like, oh well, damn.
Right? You know? No, you can't see,
keep
it to
yourself. The best of baby to myself. God damn it!
We gotta let our voices ring about how great these women are, so that we can overshadow these nothings. Man. Because right now the nothings are winning. The nothings are getting all the attention. The baddies, all of them are just fighting and doing all that kind of. Let me tell you something, man. My wife made a very important statement early in our relationship. And I'll tell you what happened. We in Chicago. My roommate didn't fulfill their obligation, so I stepped in and put my money. Hey, that's my money, but damn, I'm broken to the next check. Right. And my wife came over. Hey, where we going? It's Friday night. We going out? And I had to be real with her. Hey, yo, look, I'm gonna be for real with you. I ain't got no money. I had to do these things. I have $0. And my wife at that time, women typically would say, okay, well, I guess I'll see you on Monday, and they'll find somebody else that got money to take them out.
To fill the time in between time.
But my wife said, hey, I got paid today. And if I got money, you got money.
That's right.
That statement was so important because guess what? In our marriage, we came up against situations where, damn, I really need you to step up. And she stepped up and stepped beyond to keep us together as far as financially.
Right.
We let me tell you something. We sitting in the window watching the repo man go up and down the street looking for the car. We got the not eviction, foreclosure notices. We got them. But guess what? Due to the fact that she was already proven back then that she ain't going nowhere, we was able to get through that together without having to worry about, okay, damn, I'm down. Not only I got to worry about getting us back up, but I got to worry about keeping her because now she can't live the lifestyle that I first introduced her to.
Right.
Which is why a lot of these damn athletes and these marriages go down, especially when they retire or after their career. So you need to get with somebody that's gonna be with you when you're dirty. When you ain't got nothing. That's how you know when you get something, who you uphold.
Right. And say you know what I'm saying, I'm a proponent of black love. You know what I'm saying? Like I love to see when we are able to come together and build something, right? I don't think that nowadays we get enough of a lens on that, right? It's always about how many versus what you've been through.
Right.
It's always about who you can attract versus who you can keep, right? Like, I look around at some of these young girls and they talk about how many bodies they have and what they doing with this and that and other stuff, and it's like they proud of it, right? And let me tell you who I blame. I blame they mothers and fathers, because some of them, their father don't be around. And some of them fathers don't be around because the mamas don't let them. Right? So these young girls need guidance, right? And I say these young girls need guidance because when you guide the young girls in the right way, then that helps keep the young boys on the right path.
Because ultimately, we're going to do what it takes to impress you.
Right. And at the same time, I don't have to worry about my son going out here getting trapped up in no stupid shit if it's just not available.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for me, it's like the drug dealer, right? Like people be like, oh yeah, man, the drug dealer. Hey man, don't tell me about no drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't want to hear about no drugs, right? And get out of my community with that shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, hey, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about, like, I ain't talking about nothing that's legal. If it's legal, it's legal.
Right.
That's it. Right? The law has decided that it's good. Right? We still know the effects or whatever. We see it. Right? It is what it is. Right? But human choice is human choice. Everybody's entitled to their own decisions. Right? Just like their opinions. We all can have whatever we want when it comes to that. This is a free land, free country. Right? But at the same time, if you're doing some shit that's destroying the community, get out.
I blame the individual for destroying the community, of course. Mm-hmm. However, I don't call him a drug seller or I call him a drug offerer, right? Because you can't sell me on some shit that I don't want to do.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I'm big on self-accountability, right?
Oh,
and I always say, no matter how big or small your role is in it, you better take ownership of that, or you're just as guilty.
Right.
You're just as guilty.
Agreed.
So for those who say, I only did it, but you did.
You did it.
And you need to take accountability for that.
Right.
So
I agree. I completely agree. All right, man. Look, we had like,
you know what we do.
20.
You know what we do. It's easy. This easy work.
Nah, for real.
It's easy work.
Yeah, but I did want to take some time to talk about what y'all are in store for. Right? Can we give up some names? What do we have coming down the pipeline?
I'll give you the lineup, man. At the end of the day, we set our comedy show up like fight cards. I know by me saying that it's gonna be 5 shows right now in comedy setting their card up like fight cards. You know it don't take long. But we have a pre-show. Our pre-show is hosted by comedian JD Love. He's a newer comedian, but this dude is funny, man. Funny guy. I scouted this cat, and JD is hilarious. Y'all follow comedian JD Love, is JAYDE Love. He always do it like that. I can't do it the way he do it, but y'all follow comedian JD Love. And for our featured comedian, pre-show comedian, she's been doing comedy for 2 years, but she is actually tearing up the place. And that's comedian Taylor B. Taylor B-E-E. And hilarious. Bruh, these New Jacks, and I call them New Jacks simply because of their time on stage. These New Jacks are insane. Now, we move on to the main show. I want to open the main show up with a very talented artist, music artist. And when I tell y'all, I personally think, and she reminds me of a young Beyonce. And that's a lot to hold. But I feel like that's who she reminds me of. Haley J. Man, when she opened up and started singing, I was very happy about our youth. I said, we ain't lost them, y'all. They still got soul. So Haley J is going to open the show.
It had me worried for a second. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Then I am your host, Mr. Tmi. I'm hosting the evening, and we're going to bring our main show to the ring. And that main show card is none other than the destroyer of stages, Lisa Love, Thomas the 1J, and then, man, you might as well call her Killer Kilana Spiller. Because those three, y'all are not going to have no energy left. But you're going to have to muster up. You're going to have to drink one of them damn monsters that Bodyguard is over there drinking. Because your headliner is a Detroit legend. Detroit legend on Bad Boys of Comedy, BET, Comic View, all those sets. None other than Mr. Howie Bell. So when I tell you, you are getting super bang for your buck. Not only that, before the show is one of the best buffets I done tasted in quite some time at TK's Comedy Club. Shout out to TK's Comedy Club in Addison. That's where we will be this Saturday. Doors open promptly at 6 o'clock. Come in, get your food, mix and mingle. Then I'm telling you, first of all, be your ass on time, because the first one of y'all come and say, we ain't even getting no food. What time you get here? 7:10? I can't help you late black asses. And I'm going to say, yeah, late black asses. Now, after all that, you get the opportunity to kick it with, and we will have a couple of well-known faces in the audience already, but you get to kick it at the after party, which is downstairs in the Speakeasy at TK's Comedy Club with us. So come down, have a drink with us, chill out, and enjoy and celebrate with us yet another successful Laugh-o-Mania extravaganza, man.
All right. And that's what I'm talking about right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm excited. Y'all know I'm invested, right? I'm rocking with my man for a little while. You know what I'm saying? I asked him for an opportunity to help him take this to the next level. And he said, you know what? I'm rocking with you, right? So, hey, when you got people that's got stuff going, right? And you fit into their plan, right? There's nothing wrong with offering what you have, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't have a use, you're useless. Definitely. All right, y'all. This has been another episode of Bodyguard TV's Dallas Spotlight, right? Where I take the time to spotlight some of the most prolific premier people here in Dallas, right? Chances are, if you see them sitting in that couch, right, not only do they have good character, but they also do good business. That is a criteria, right, for how we get down here at Bodyguard TV, right? Communication is key. And yeah, catch up with y'all a little later. And I'm out.